You just saying anything now, ho.
Nasty bitch.
Yeah. I don't know if the meme's gonna work today, y'all. I don't. Hold on, let me check something. Hmm. Well, oh well. No memes tonight. Hit the like button, hit the like button, hit the like button. How many people we got in here? Rare Breeze, let me know something in the live chat. Let me know something. About to get started. We about to get started. Bear with me. Bear with me. Hit the like button, hit the like button, hit the like button. Taking a break from Kendra G. What up, T Orlando? All right.
Being married is no longer the standard for women. A lot of us are starting to see that we are better alone. Marriage used to be a thing. Like, you really needed a man at one point. You really needed a
What up, Chuck? Let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. Nice lips, soup warmers, whatever you want to call them. Let me ask y'all a question real quick. What are the chances that this woman has had positive experiences with men since she's been dating? On TikTok, talking like this. What are the chances that she picked wholesome, nice, good guys and has had fruitful relationships with the opposite sex in a romantic way? I'm gonna say a 0% chance. Zero. So she says women don't really need men these days. Well, generally speaking, they don't need a husband or a boyfriend to survive and make it to the end of life. Technically, they can get a job and make enough to at least struggle through life until the end of life, you know? And I want to be clear, a lot of women would prefer to have their freedom and be kind of broke and just, fuck on the tall hot guys that they want to fuck on than be straddled down with the average Joe guy. Um so right, in past times women kind of needed men more or a lot more. Well, not even just men cuz they still need men a lot now, but they needed their own man a lot more, like in the house with them. So the question is, well, not the question. So now that women don't technically need men in their household, in their life as their husband or boyfriend, you know, this is a time where we can see if women actually ever liked men or if women see the value in a man outside of what he can do for her financially. And we see that most women aren't smart enough to know the value that a man brings to her life outside of just being a wallet and a bulletproof vest. That's what this independence, that's what them gaining their independence has shown us as a society. um, when women don't need men in the household, or when we set up a society where a woman doesn't need a man in the household, then all the women are just going to chase top 5 percenters because they don't have the character to chase a guy that they can actually facilitate a happy, wholesome, healthy family with. Because that's not what they value. They value vanity and money and attention. They don't value anything righteous, most of them, when they're left to their own devices. Bars. Okay, let's see what you're talking about, T. Orlando. RB, you should use the StreamYard function that shows the comments in the body of your vid. Wait, StreamYard. Well, I use Streamlabs. I don't know. I'm lost. Anyway, let's see what this dingbat is talking about, though. But I'll say this: what I would tell women: never listen to a woman in her car talking about dating if she hasn't been successful in dating. Don't listen to a woman talking in her car about how you should look at men when she hasn't been having successful interactions with men. When that's actually the easiest thing to do in the world as a woman, because men are already kind of looking to treat you nice, generally speaking. All you gotta do is not be a huge fucking cunt, and you could have positive interactions with most men. Yeah, I'm completely lost. I'm lost about what you're talking about, T. Orlando, but I guess I could look into it. But the comments in the body of my, I don't understand. Comments in the body of my video. I don't know. Maybe you could find a tutorial for me, T. Orlando, and send it to me or something. But let's see what this dingbat is talking about.
Needed a husband at one point because women really did not even have rights. Let's keep that real. We couldn't even work at a certain point. And when we started working, we were getting paid pennies. That's why when you hear all them stories about your grandparents and your ancestors and all those type of things where they was marrying our grandmothers when they was real young, having outside kids, and grandpa really wasn't shit because
Of course, you're gonna come from the perspective that what? So, are you saying 80% of men weren't shit and were having outside babies? Because I mean, we like let's really think about this. If we're gonna have a general conversation, then let's do it. Don't use the worst outliers as your examples if we're gonna have a generalized conversation. Like it's just fucking stupid from the start. But let's talk about this too. Guess what? When you bitches had less, you know what? Society was objectively better. So cool. Okay, y'all got all these this and that and all this independence and all these plights. And what has come from it? Nothing but destruction and bullshit. And the destruction of the family. And fucking degeneracy. That's what come from you fucking woes being empowered. Yeah, I like what is your evidence that you guys getting all these plights? What is your evidence that it's been a net positive for society? Like as a whole, not like for woes, but just a net positive for everyone in society. As the chat box from YouTube to the actual vid. Interesting. Yeah, I have to look into it. It's called the StreamYard. What is it called? I've noticed. I'll figure it out. But anyway, that's what I want to know. So what's the alternative? Like let's really think about this, people. So the alternative is y'all work some 50,000 a year job, struggle to make it to the end of the life, struggle to make it to the end of struggle to make it to the end of life financially and get pumped and dumped by dudes that don't give a fuck about you? Is that a better alternative? Because that's what you're doing right now. And like I guess the point you're making is it's better for me to work my job, probably my mediocre job, struggle financially, and just have one night stands with dudes that don't care if I live or die. That's a better option than facilitating a family and raising a family and having a household where you're being provided for and you're protected and you'll be taken care of at the end of life and all that. And I can go on and on about the benefits of an intact family. So even the situation, even the example where Big Papa was cheating on Big Mama, the woman was still way better off than this alternative that you're living right now, spreading STDs amongst Pookies and Ray Rays. Kids all fucked up in the head and fucked up emotionally, doing fucked up in school because they don't come from an intact family. So even the fucked up example you're giving of Big Mama was getting her ass beat and cheated on, it still was a better outcome for everybody in that scenario than this scenario.
Things where they was marrying our grandmothers when they was real young, having outside kids, and grandpa really wouldn't shit because a lot of those times, in those times, they were getting married just to get married because that's all they could do. They were not getting married because of love. They was getting married because of the benefits of a marriage.
Yes, you fucking dingbat. Love is not real. Love is just a feeling, you dumbass. We can't build a society off of feeling, goofball. Yeah, life is practical. We can't build a functional society off of everybody feeling butterflies and rainbows every day. Fucking imbecile. This why you bitches didn't used to be able to do X, Y, and Z. This video right here.
Married because of the benefits of a marriage. Today, there are no more benefits. Today, we are working just as hard as men, if not harder. We take on most of the fucking work in a marriage: kids, house, cooking, emotional. Like, we take on all that baggage. Like, we are really on the bottom of the totem pole when it comes to a marriage, to the point that it no longer serves us at this point.
Right. You're selfish. Right. You're selfish, selfish, selfish. And that's the fucking problem. A bunch of selfish women just out for self. We're not going to have a functional society like that. It's not serving me, 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 me. Can you imagine? Well, we probably wouldn't be here if everybody had that mentality since the beginning of the time. What's going to serve me best? Not the fucking tribe, but what's going to serve me best? The fuck out of here. You're horrible. You're fucking horrible. I might have to chop this one up and make this one a separate episode. Yes, Miriam. Yes. The unmarriageable has to say it's voluntary. Cope. Exactly.
Point that it no longer serves us at this point. Granted, are there some good men still out there? I would like to think so. But I think those men are taken or fucking dead at.
So basically, she's speaking out of anger and bitterness. It's not based off of the fact that they don't see the value in marriage, because it's very easy to make the argument that marriage is a very valuable concept. It is an exchange for strengths for weaknesses. If you decide that you want to have children, do you want to raise them in a daycare? Or do you want to be in a stable household where you can input your values into the child by then becoming interdependent on the other person to bring in the resources while you raise the children and add value in other ways? Women have always worked, even if it wasn't necessarily in the factories, if it wasn't in ways to which they can actually earn income, it was the value that they added inside of the household. And because nobody actually loves each other, because nobody actually sees the value in somebody else coming into their lives, because nobody actually is attracting the thing that they want because they are a reflection of the people that they've been with. This is the reason why you see people speak out of bitterness and say there is no good men, there is no point of marriage, we can work by ourselves, we can do what we want to do. Well, tell that to all of the women that are suffering, and this is the first generation of women that is dying alone. They don't want to. They don't want to. It's a ton of women that have been laid off that is
Yeah, it's cap. It's cap. It's cap. It's cap. It's so many women out here talking about I don't really care if I get a man or not. But then they stay in these fucking dating conversations online. They stay on these fucking podcasts talking about dating, but they don't really need a man and they don't really care if they get one. They cool by themselves. It's all cap. Look, I know a woman who's older who genuinely is cool by herself. She don't talk about dating. She don't go on dating podcasts. She don't comment on social media about dating stuff. Like she could really claim that shit because she really walking the walk. She really don't give a fuck about having somebody. I believe her. I believe her. Hey, yo, we got the donations popped off. We got the donations starting to pop off. I guess I haven't even mentioned it, have I? Or maybe I have. Anyway, let me. Oh, I can't play the meme because the meme board ain't working. But everybody shout out Miriam. She donated $5. That's $5 down, $20 more to go for me to stay on 2 hours. Whatever you can give is greatly appreciated. Cash App, PayPal, Streamlabs, all at the top of the chat. Or you could do super chat, super sticker. It's the dollar symbol on the right of the chat box. Even though YouTube take 30% off the top and make me wait 30 days to get it, 70% of something is better than 100% of nothing. You dig? So if y'all want me to stay on 2 hours, let's get the donations up. Let's see what the likes are looking like. I need 2 more likes. I need 2 more likes. I need 2 more likes, y'all. I'm gonna start the video back. I'm gonna start the live back once we get 2 more likes. You dig? 2 more likes. You dig? Let's get the likes up, y'all. I just need 2 more likes so we can get back started. Let me get that. Let me get that. hmm I just need 1 more like, y'all. Can I get a like? 19 people in here, only 9 likes. I just need one more person to have the courage to hit that like button. There we go. Let's get it.
They don't want to. It's a ton of women that have been laid off that is suffering. It is a ton of women that is lonely and they are suffering. It is a ton of women that have nobody to depend on and they say that they tired of working because they not necessarily built for the type of jobs that they think that they wanted and it's not working. It's a ton of people and one of the other problems is that people tend to look at men just as a monetary resource because they are not, naturally hypergamous. The only thing that they look at men as is a monetary resource.
Let's talk about something real quick. Let's talk about something real quick, people. I ain't gonna say it's sad. Maybe it is sad for some people, whatever. Some of these women at 30, 35, 40, 45, they actually do realize, like, damn, I done fucked over my life. And I actually do want and need a man. You know? They actually do want and need a man. Or they do actually realize that they want and need a man. Well, we staying on 2 hours tonight, folks. Because somebody just donated $25. You know who it was. The Grand Master of the MDC live streams. He's better than James Dean, James Brown, James Earl Jones, James Franco, James Cameron, LeBron James, James McAvoy, Jesse James, James Madison, James Harden, James Woods, James Avery, Rick James, James Bond, James Baldwin, and last but not least, King James. And that burp was with all due respect. Um, yeah. So let me get back to what I was saying. Some of these women actually do realize that they want and need a man at 35, 45, 50. Unfortunately, it's too late by then. And it's not too late because they can't attract a man or fake it long enough to get a man to commit to him in a relationship. A lot of them could. The reason why it's too late is because even if they go into this, the reason why it's too late is because even if they go into this hypothetical relationship with this good guy that they've been ducking, for 20 plus years and try to make it work, they don't have it in them to make it work. That's the sad part. Even if they realize, wait, I really should make it work with this dude. He's a good dude. I need him. I need a man. I want a companion. But even though they can acknowledge that, they don't have the tools. They don't have the tools in their toolbox, mentally or emotionally, to make it work with this man because they were irreversibly damaged since 20 based on the shit they did from 14 to 20, for example. So that's the fucked up part. A lot of these women actually do realize at some point, like, damn, I really fucked up my life and I should have settled down and got married at 20. Oh, y'all rocking with me tonight? What's the Wednesday? Okay. Y'all rocking with me tonight. Shout out to VA Fresh. He donated $5. Everybody shout out VA Fresh. Appreciate you. He says, good job, my brother. We rocking with you. And I really appreciate it. I do. I do. And in case in case some of you that are listening didn't know, we officially at 10K. Now let's see how long it takes us to get to 20K. Maybe another 2.5 years. But let's get back into it.
Only thing that they look at men as is a monetary resource. And that's sad because the money, the resources, the stability comes along with it. It's not something that you're supposed to ignore. You're seeing the culmination, and the reason that women are reaching out and they're so bitter, you're seeing the culmination of a bunch of women that has made bad decisions in a lifetime, and now they're saying it's no point in marriage because you've been dealing with dusty people that you have not added value into, and as a result, they have not reciprocated. That
Yeah. Let's touch on this real quick too. The whole thing about black not cracking, that's actually detrimental to black women. Because the longer they look good, the longer they can be delusional. You know what I mean? It delays everything. The longer a woman looks good, the longer it takes for her to mature and grow mentally. So yeah, a woman, the whole black don't crack trope is actually not a good thing for black women. I'll just say that. They're not smart enough to understand why it's actually a bad thing. Actually, you know what? That's not even fair. I'll take that back. they're not they're not self-aware enough to realize why it's a bad thing.
have not added value into, and as a result, they have not reciprocated. That is the truth. When I see people, specifically women, say that, because the natural nature of a woman is to be a helpmeet and then receive the benefits. You're the beneficiary of his greatness. When I see women say things like there is no benefit to marriage, yet they continue to bust it open for a real one, yet they continue to have children out of wedlock, yet they continue to depend on men in order to save the world or to make the world a safer place for them to be able to thrive, I know that they have never truly met or experienced a love that would then translate into the person that they then look to as a husband, not a partner, as a husband in a life. And when I say love, and I'm not even speaking about her because I don't know her personal situation, but when I say love, I'm talking about the love that a parent or a father has given to them to where they then look for their father in the person that they accept their hand in marriage. I say it all the time that a lot of times these women have 100% skipped over the person that they're supposed to be with, and instead of them taking ownership and responsibility of the decisions that they make, they lash out and they try to make it seem like, oh no, men are trash. There is no good men out here. There is no point in marriage. Grandma only got married because she didn't have any other options. That's bullshit. It's people today, right now, that are getting married, women that are getting chosen, men that are choosing these women, and we got to stay out of these urban cores and communities, and y'all need to start going out into places that are a little bit more low key. Get with the woman that's not telling all of her relationship business on TikTok and Instagram. Get with the woman that only got 150 followers and most of them are family and friends. Go and get with that chick. Stop getting with the chick that got a bunch of followers. Don't get with the Instagram baddie. Fuck that chick. Don't worry about her.
Yo, well, well, well. Gotta cut in here, Anton. He didn't say anything about race, but I'm gonna say something about race. I can't advise any young black brother to sign up for a BW. I don't give a fuck if she only got 150 followers on Instagram. I don't. What I would advise good black men to do is either date out, and don't get me wrong, look, bitches ain't shit of any race. Most of them ain't. So it's gonna be a struggle either way to find a good one to try to work with if you want to build a family or if you want companionship, even as a live out girlfriend. It's gonna be a doozy trying to find a decent one. But I couldn't, in good faith, advise any decent black brother to try to date a BW. Flat out. Not from America, at least. If you insist on dating a BW, you got to go somewhere else with a different culture and stay there. Don't bring her back over here. Yeah, flat out. So yeah, I just had to throw that in there. And let me clarify. Are there some BWs that, how can I put it? Are there BWs who are good women? Are there BWs who are good women? Probably. Probably 10%. I'd say 10%. And I probably just say 10% for any race. But the risk of running into one that's not is much greater with BWs than the risk of running into a bad one in another race, I would say. Yeah, I'm just going to leave it at that.
Family and friends. Go and get with that chick. Stop getting with the chick that got a bunch of followers. Don't get with the Instagram baddie. Fuck that chick. Don't worry about her. Rock out with the one that's not trying to be all visible and is happy with whatever it is that you're giving her. And then she'll be excited for all of the things that y'all accomplish together.
Yeah, now let me let me just say this too. She's not going to look good. So get that out your fucking head, fellas. I I don't know if I talk about this enough. She's going to be a 4 to 6 at best. So if that ain't worth it, just don't date. You know, just don't date. Forget about your woman looking good. I mean, maybe you can get one that's in shape that don't look good. But yeah, these days you probably gonna have to get a chick with a couple extra pounds and who don't look that great in the face. But just make sure she's making up for it in character and personality and loyalty and shit like that. But a lot of you niggas, a lot of y'all need to get that pretty shit out your head. Just get it out your head if you're looking for a good woman. Just forget about it. Just look at it as a practical situation, and you'll grow to love her.
You'll be excited for all of the things that y'all accomplish together because the value that you add is more than just what you're able to provide. You're doing life together. You got a co pilot right next to you flying it. Things are much better together than they are apart. And it doesn't mean that you shouldn't be happy by yourself. By all means, be a completed, happy, well put together person by yourself. That means that you're not interdependent on another person for your happiness, and everything will be that much better. You're supposed to be whole and a completed person. But a lot of these women, I'm telling you, bro, they broken. They're broken.
Good. Let's got to throw that in there for good. Shout out to Chris. Respect, Chris. Thanks for stopping by. That's the sad part. They're broken for good. And now they just got to stand on it. Like I said, some of these women realize that they're broken for life and there is no turning it around. So they just got to stand on business now and try to like cope or come up with some fucking word salad to make it seem like they're not damaged. It's absurd.
Whole and a completed person. But a lot of these women, I'm telling you, bro, they broken. They're broken. Broken mentally, broken spiritually, broken physically, down bottom. A lot of them have unresolved issues that they need to go and be accountable for, and a lot of them have self-inflicted wounds. They want you to come and save them from their student loans. They want you to wine and dine them. You advocated for this. You advocated for the freedom to be and choose whatever it is that you want to be and choose. And now you miserable because your nature, the core of who you are, what God has ordained you to be, you have completely lost the plot. You have completely lost your purpose. You have already given away your sanctity. You have given away the most important thing about you, your womb. You've given it away to different people that don't even care nothing about you, and then you don't understand why you can't really see the God and the person that's really adding value into your life. A lot of these women is friend zoning these guys. Let me.
All right, let's move on though.
You know, it's a lot of it's a lot of average dudes out here expecting this king treatment from us queens. A lot of guys out here, they are a 6 or 7 at best. And they feel like we're supposed, first of all, you're approaching a 10. You're approaching a and then you want them to treat you like you're a 10.
Okay. Did you notice she laughed when she looked at him? Because he had a serious look on his face, like, bitch, is you serious? And she laughed because she knows she's a joke. Never forget that, y'all. Never forget that. Let me break this down. Every woe that I would call a runt, replace the R with a C, knows they're a fucking runt. Every woe who I would call a bish knows she's a fucking bish. That's not why woes get offended when you call them a bish or a runt. They know they're a bish and a runt. Like, seriously. Like, do y'all realize that? If you call these horrible people a bitch or a runt, they're not appalled because they feel like, how dare you call me that because I'm not that. It's like, well, I know I'm that, but you better not say it out loud. Most of the shit I say on my show, most woes know is true. If they listen to it, that's why they would get triggered. Not because it's just so offensive. It's just because, hey, you're not supposed to know that and you're not supposed to be saying that stuff out loud and telling other men that. How dare you read my nature like that? I mean, yeah, let's just continue. This lady's gonna trigger me. Matter of fact, let's just read that. Let's listen to that again.
And they feel like, you know, it's a lot of average dudes out here expecting this king treatment from us queens. A lot of guys out here, they are a 6 or 7 at best. And they feel like we're supposed, first of all, you're approaching a 10. You're approaching a and then you want them to treat you like you're a 10.
Let's do it. Let's do it. A 10 ain't worth shit. A 3-man is superior to a 10 woe. like a 3-man with good character, you know, he work hard, good head on his shoulders. He's superior to, you know, 95% of 10s. Easy. They're not good people. What the fuck can I do with your looks being a 10? How can I like put that to use in my day-to-day life? How can most people put that to use in their day-to-day life? I mean, a P can put you on the host role with it. He can benefit monetarily by putting you on the host role. A 10 woe isn't better than a 5 or 6 bro. It's not. Bros are just better people in damn near every way possible. So even you being a 10 and your husband or boyfriend being a 5, it still don't offset the difference of value, the true value that he bring. He's still doing you the favor. Like, men make woes valuable by teaching them how to be respectable woes. A 10 woe is just an empty vessel who's probably just a huge pain in the ass because she's been getting her ass kissed since she was born and told how pretty she is. So if anything, she's a liability. The average 10 woman is more of a liability to a man than a asset. Promise you. Ugly chubby bitches bring more value to men's lives than a 10. The fuck you talking about? I derive no value from you just sitting next to me being a 10, bitch. I'll take a 4 bitch who 300 pounds who gonna bust her ass to make my life better over you any day as a 10. And you're not a fucking 10, but I don't even gotta go down that route. I don't even have to go down that route. Oh, there's no memes tonight, Curtis, because I don't know. I mean, I don't feel like fucking with it. The stream deck is acting up, and I don't feel like fucking with it. You know, they'll be back tomorrow though. Well, hopefully, no guarantees, but I'm pretty sure I can figure it out by tomorrow. Let me break this down. The reason why so many woes go out of their way to belittle men, it's the only way that they can try to bring a bro down to her level. Most woes know they ain't shit for real and don't bring any true value to the planet outside of their hole. Most woes know that. Most woes know that the bros are superior. And that's why they're so dedicated to insulting men, belittling men, emasculating men. It's their desperate attempt to try to beat a bro down to her level so she can feel like something. Because without that, she got nothing but that funky hole. And most woes know it's a shitty reason to be valuable because you got a hole between her legs. Let me say that again. Most woes know it's a shitty reason to be seen as valuable just because you have a hole between your legs. I mean, don't get me wrong, they'll milk it. They're gonna milk it as much as they can, but they know that's a goofy reason to be important. They know deep down inside that that's a stupid reason. I got tits. They know that's a stupid reason to be valued. Like I said, don't get me wrong, they'll milk it, and if they see men value it, they'll play on that. See, AD said this once. He said, "Woes don't set the value of anything. They look to see what men value, and then they play that up. Woes don't set the value of shit. They don't. Let's continue.
Them to treat you like you're a 10. So tell me, Melita, what do you think about that? Especially, and I would say this is probably more prominent over 45. When you're dating over 45, these men got gout. They got a bad knee.
She is going hard, y'all.
Horrible person. I said that already. Horrible person. And she's trying to explain how she has more value than a guy that has gout. The average man in America with gout is a better human than you. And you're displaying that right now. That's the ironic part. You're trying to make this argument that you're better than most men while being a horrible person in front of a camera. Like, you can't make this shit up. You're a fucking joke. This is all trauma, hatred, and bitterness. And this is why men over 40 don't date woes over 40. This shit right here. Because if I'm gonna deal with an entitled, arrogant, narcissistic cunt, I'm gonna deal with the entitled, arrogant, narcissistic cunt with some tight skin, young, some tight buzzy, and a pretty young looking face. If I'm gonna deal with that, right? And yeah, what do women never have medical issues? How would a man be perceived if he came on here talking about these bitches got this and breast cancer and all this goofy shit? Like, just never mind. Would anybody on the panel be laughing? That's what I want to ask you. If a guy came on here, these old bitches got breast cancer and cervical cancer and shit, would anybody on the panel be laughing? Genuine question. Just a genuine question.
Damn.
Gout.
She is going hard, y'all.
That gout.
They got a bad knee. They
Yes.
sleep with a CPAP machine.
They do. I've been there, done that.
Question. What is a CPAP machine? Can somebody in the comments let me know what a CPAP machine is so I can better understand and then communicate and speak to this whole situation?
Should I make fun of him? I feel like, Anton, I feel like you should know. You're a big millionaire. You brag about your money. You're worldly. You travel. Look, I mean, I'm just some guy in my mom's basement. But I feel like you should know what a CPAP machine is. So, okay, I'm going to make fun of you a little bit, Anton, that you don't know what a CPAP machine is. Even though I didn't know probably what one was before they told me I had sleep apnea. But still, I'm still going to make fun of you a little bit, bro. I would have memed you right there if my memes was working.
I'm just saying, you are a 7 at best, boo. And then you want to tell me, oh, you need to do this. And you got me straight.
Yeah.
Tripping.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's break this down. Let's break this down, people. Let's break this down. So she's saying because I'm a 10 and you're a 7, you should be grateful that I'm just sitting next to you. That's essentially what she's saying. That's basically what she's saying. And she too old to even be doing this whole number game shit. That shows where her mentality is. That shows her maturity level that she's even talking this whole number shit. She too old to even still be talking like that. I mean, I talk like that sometimes to break this stuff down, but that's different. Like, she's dead ass serious on the panel. Like, she too old to even be on this fucking panel talking about this childish shit. All this shit is childish. To be 45, 50, 55 years old on a fucking podcast panel talking about dating still is a fucking joke. It's a joke. I mean, I don't know. Maybe she's some type of dating coach or something. Then I'll give her a pass on it. But if she's just some random bitch on the panel still talking about dating in her 40s and talking about who a 7 and who a 10, like, oh, get the fuck out of here. Please get the fuck out of here. Okay, Miriam. Okay. I can't be mad at him. I can't be mad at him for farming comments. Yeah, okay. I was about to say this nigga like 40 something. He don't know what a CPAP machine is. I mean, I don't know. I ain't mad at him for farming comments. Get your paper, Anton. Get your paper. This nigga getting. I wonder how much he make off YouTube a month. This nigga getting paper, man. How many views did this got? You think this came out today? When did this come out? This shit came out 3 hours ago and it already got 18,000 views. Can y'all imagine if we blew up like that? 18,000 views in 3 hours. This nigga getting paper.
Got me straight.
Yes.
tripping.
Yes.
Because at the end of the day, think about it. When we're in our 40s, we can date the daddy or the son. They honest. So why
No, let's be clear. You can get fucked by the daddy and the son. Neither is trying to date you seriously and it go somewhere. That's sad to be 40 plus bragging about being able to fuck a daddy and a son. Oh snap. Oh snap. We got a $20 donation. $20 donation. Somebody trying to come for James' throne. James, you still got a throne. Shout out to Genuine Engineer. He donated $20 and says, thanks for the work you put in, bro. It's helping. Hey, I really appreciate that, Genuine Engineer. I've never seen you in here before. If you don't mind, can you tell me how long you've been watching the content? I really appreciate you, sir. Salute. Um, this is crazy, man. This is crazy. This got to be a separate episode too. I'm trying to think what I can name it. Woman dating in her 40s says she can have your dad or your son. that's what I should name it. Hey, future me, future RB, if you're editing this video right now, name it Woman dating in her 40s says she can have your dad or your son. Appreciate it, man. Appreciate it, Genuine Engineer. Yeah, the goal has definitely been reached for sure. The goal is we exceeded the goal.
or the son? They honest. So why pick the daddy when we can date the son?
Yes. Yes. I
Clearly, these people are delusional, and I don't know where they from. I don't know where they get the information from. I don't know why the guy that's sitting here in the middle is not stopping her from crashing out. And sometimes I know it sounds like a good idea for you guys to start a podcast, but sometimes you just got to put the podcast equipment down, and you don't want to do this because not one person on this panel is a 10 or a 9 or an 8 or a 7, and I'm going to just leave it at that. Most of us, and when I say most of us, I'm speaking overwhelmingly the majority of us. I know that confidence is key. God bless you with that. I know that people feel like they bad as hell. God bless you with that. But I'm telling you that 99.89% of us are regular, everyday people, including the people that is on this panel.
Let's talk about this real quick. Let's talk about this. I didn't need to hear this ridiculous shit from Pink Dress to know who she was. If I would have been on this panel and a conversation would have been going and she would have mentioned how she's single, and none of her men ever died, then I would have been able to deduce that this woman is a piece of shit. She didn't need to say this. If I would have known that she was this age and single and isn't a widow, that's all the information I would have needed to know that this is who she is. Yeah. So let me say this to close on that point. If a woman is single after 30, she's not a good person romantically. Fucking period. Unless her spouse or long term boyfriend passed. Fucking period. Now, I'm just using that for tonight. Usually I say after 25. But, for this episode, I'll just say 30. If a woman's single after 30 and isn't a widow, and if a woman is single after 30 and it, okay, never mind. You get the point. No, fuck it. I'm gonna get it out. If a woman is single after 30 and isn't a widow and her long term, I'm gonna keep trying this shit. If a woman, Satan, stop trying to stop me. If a woman, that's not God trying to stop me, it's Satan trying to stop me. If a woman is single past 30 and she isn't a widow and her long term boy, oh, fuck, you gotta be kidding me. I had it that time too, y'all. I'm gonna get this out. Fuck it.
Regular, everyday people, including the people that is on this panel. So when they speak, they're speaking not from experience, they're speaking from delusion.
Oh, okay, Spirit. Which part should I meme and merch? Cause I just say a bunch of shit. You know, I just be saying shit. But let me know, Spirit. Which part should I meme and merch?
Experience, they're speaking from delusion. Most of us is just regular people. Very rarely do you come across a person that is just a 10 across the board, especially from a woman's perspective. I don't care if you get a BBL. I don't care if you get your lips done. I don't care how many extensions you get in your hair. Very few people are just born aesthetically a 10. And I know that it's all subjective, but I'm telling you just straight up. Real talk. And I want to hear the rest of what they got to say, but I had to first address the delusion. What are you talking about? You could have dated the daddy or the son. Honest to God. And I'm not about to sit here and go back and forth, and I'm also not gonna be the person that sit here and try to tear people down, because I'm not doing it. You know what I'm saying? I think that in my older age as a 43-year-old man, which I don't even know anything about gout, I don't know nothing about CPAP or C-SPAN or whatever it is that she's talking about. But the reality is that most people are just regular everyday people. So they're not qualified to speak on this situation from the lens, and don't get me wrong, anybody can have their opinion, but from the lens of a person that is critical of a man and saying that he's not a 10 and he's a 7 at best. These are people that's just stealing talking points from the internet. It's not relevant to the conversation. And yes, a man should have dominion. That is a manly trait. If you cannot subject yourself or submit to a man, then that means that you are not qualified to be in a relationship and you're not qualified to be a wife. Most of these people are remixing what it means to be a wife. And all I see, just purely based off of the communication and what she's saying, is a woman that has been ran through.
Facts, 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 facts. Shout out to Smooth Cat. He donated $5. Y'all going crazy with the donations, and I love it. I deserve it. He says your edit game is hilarious. Thank you, sir. I think, yeah, sir, probably, sir. Smooth Cat. I guess Smooth Cat could definitely be a woman if she's saying she got some smooth cat. No, I'm fucking with you, Smooth Cat. I'm fucking with you, Smooth Cat. Thank you. Salute.
A woman that has been ran through. Hear me out. The only thing that I see right now, based off of what has been communicated, I'm not going based off of looks. I'm not going based off of mindset. I'm not going to be overly critical of all of that. I'm just going to tell you that very rarely do you walk into a 10, number one. And then number two, the mindset tells me that this is a woman that has been around the block for a few years. And if you are above the age of 40, and you have not had a life circumstance like becoming a widow or something like that, chances are A, you're a single baby mama, and B, that means that, in the words of my dog 2K, you ain't never found a guy that believed in you. Don't let these delusional women trick you into thinking that just because they getting bust down or that they can get a date from a man that they like, that qualifies them to be a wife. If they have not been wifed up, then that tells you that they are red flag 100% of the time. Let me see if it's any more to mine out of this. I can't believe y'all sent me this. And I always like to link back to the content creator in the description. In the beginning, I had to take my glasses off to make sure I was seeing what I thought I saw and that I was hearing what I thought I was hearing, because I just couldn't believe what was coming out of these people's mouths. Honest to God, I couldn't believe what I was coming out of these people's mouths.
I agree. I agree. I agree. I feel like dating over 45, 40, 50, whatever the case may be,
Don't do
is
it, baby.
like shopping on a clearance rack. Like,
Not clearance.
yes.
Hey, okay, ma'am. Do you not realize that you're on clearance? You're on the clearance rack with these, low quality men. Can you acknowledge that? Please acknowledge that. Please just have that self awareness to know, like, well, shit, I'm here with them. So I must not be shit either. Oh, my.
On a clearance rack. Like,
Not clearance.
yes.
Not a clearance rack.
Like a rack.
Boy, they dragging. They dragging
You
this
gotta
through
find
the
the
mud up
gem,
ahead.
the diamond in the rough. You gotta find that one piece that it's hard to find. I really honestly feel like
These people is crazy.
dating over 45 and to what you said, you're a 10 and you have these men that are 7s, 5s, 4s. It's
Where are these women thinking that they 10s at? What the? What is?
Okay, ma'am. When do 10s get left on the shelf? Seriously. If you're a 10, if you're a perfect woman, why don't you have perfect results? I mean, seriously. If you the shit, you the bee's knees, then why aren't you winning? I'm just trying to, like, oh my goodness. I'm trying to figure this out, man. I'm really trying to figure this out. When do perfect items get put on the clearance rack? When are perfect items left on the market for over 20 years? I'm trying to think of another place I can apply this. I I don't know. That's like a basketball team saying they're the perfect basketball team and they've been playing for 10 years in the league and they're the perfect basketball team, but they never won a championship. If you're a perfect team, then you're going to at least win one championship, right? I don't know. I don't know, man. I'm not even going to try to make sense of this. I'm losing brain cells. Here's the thing. Pretty women end up not getting married. 5s and 6s stay with husbands. Ain't that a weird coincidence? The women who actually do look good are the least married, it seemed like. The women who look the best seem like they're the least married. I wonder why that is. Is it because women who are 8s, 9s, and 10s are too self absorbed to do the things necessary to make a relationship work with a man? That could be it.
men that are 7s, 5s, 4s. It's
Where are these women thinking that they 10s at? What the? What is going on? Who fucked up the game and told these people that they are 10s? How is this really being? How is this being communicated? What is happening right now? Why do people think that they 10s just because they on here or they light skin, whatever?
Here's the thing. Being a 10 in looks and being a 10 woman, far as what men are looking for, are two different things. Two different things. Being a 10 in looks don't make you a 10 spouse. That's what they don't get. Their mind isn't advanced enough to get that concept. What up, Sheila? What up, Sheila? Yeah. I mean, look at this woman right here. This is not a bad looking woman, but she's bad on the inside. I can tell you that. No question.
On here or they light skin, whatever. And again, I'm not about to sit here and criticize. I'm not going into that. I'm not doing it. I'm too old and too mature as a 43-year-old man to sit here and go back and forth. But what the fuck is they talking about when you're a 10? This is what what? Yo, we need to recalibrate these evaluation scales.
It's a lot.
Maybe it speaks to the ratio.
Look at him, he just looking.
Out there. Feel empowered by
Let him
that.
know. Let him
Prove
know.
them
Let him know.
I'm just
Let him
saying.
know.
Maybe they feel
Let 'em
empowered
know.
by that.
I think it's a balance. I feel like when you're at a certain space in your life, you know what I mean? Like I've been divorced. I've been married most of my life, and you're in a certain space you don't expect or want less than, or your standards and your boundaries are different. So I personally feel like it's a lot. It's been a lot. It's been
No. This is what I always say. Women who get divorced after a certain age, man, forget about going out on a dating market getting better. It's probably not going to happen. You're older now. It's probably not going to happen. You don't get better than the guy you married, especially after 40. Men in their 40s and 50s who are doing their thing are dating women in their 20s and 30s. The type of guy who can meet your standards can meet a 28-year-old standards. A 45, 50-year-old man who's the shit, the way you want him to be the shit, he's going to be the shit to a 28 to 35-year-old too. So you're fucking cooked. It's that simple.
it's a lot. It's been a lot. It's been
I don't even know if you can be a 10 above the age of 40. I ain't talking about them. I'm just saying in general.
challenging, trying. It's been a lot.
Well,
but
I mean,
but
I'll help you out there, Melita. I
yes.
think a lot of times they expect once you reach a
Why is the guy even there? I'm going to say that again. Why is the guy even there? He's not talking. I mean, he said a couple ouches and ooh, you're going hard, but he's not contributing anything. I mean, maybe it'll be his turn. Maybe Anton won't get to it, but look, they wouldn't have invited this dude if they felt like he was going to say the real. The dude sitting there know what's up. He's thinking what we're thinking, but he can't say it. He don't want to lose his check, I guess.
there, Melita.
Yes.
I think a lot of times they expect once you reach a certain age that you're supposed to compromise and settle. And you hear that word a lot. They say, oh, you're 45, you're 48. Just take what you can get. As if you don't bring a lot to the table. Think about it for a second. As women, there's really so much we have to do. You know, men, they put on a black tee, some jeans or sweatpants and sneakers, and they out the door. You know, they take their little bald head. We getting hair, makeup, eyelash.
Take the little bald head, like not with the dude sitting next to her bald. Like, wow. The dude sitting next to her is bald, and she talking about take their little bald head. That's cold, man. They're horrible, horrible, horrible people. Bald head. That's crazy. Can you imagine how long it would take for her to off herself if she had to walk outside with a bald head? Men walk out proud with their bald head and their beard lined up and walk out proud, even with cunts like this insulting them to their face. This bitch would off herself if she had to walk outside one day with the baldy. Let's not get that fucked up. So, yeah, she's in no position to make fun of a man and his bald head.
Their little bald head. We getting hair, makeup, eyelashes, nails, waxing. We got the whole situation.
So basically, they putting on a costume. They getting their whole costume together.
So yeah. I'm more valuable. I'm more valuable than you because I can put a whole Halloween costume on in the morning before I come outside. before I go outside. I'm so insecure that I gotta put on a fucking mask when I leave the house to feel like a somebody. I have to put on a whole fucking Hollywood production in order to walk outside and not off myself every day. That's why I'm better than you.
Basically, they putting on a costume. They getting their whole costume together.
And we have to do only to present ourselves to someone who's subpar. That's crazy. And then to say that we should reduce ourselves down because of the ratios, as they say. But when you talk about the ratios, we should really talk about quality women
The quality,
versus
that's good.
quality men. Because there's a lot of women out here, but you, Marcel, you know they ain't shit.
Now that's the that's the best thing she said the whole time. But what you don't get is, ma'am, you're at the top of that list of not being shit. And that's what Marcel or whatever his name is thinking. You're the main one who ain't shit. Sheila like your dress though.
You know they ain't shit.
I'm really
Quality.
just taking this all in. I mean, I'm
Give-
not going to
give us your
real.
opinion.
I can't really elaborate on because I think, I mean, from Dawn's perspective, though, the question is, what is she saying? Like, what's that standard there, right? I don't what she considers to be a 7 to
Yeah.
whoever could be a 10 to someone
true.
else.
That's true.
So it's I
That is
think
true.
that right there kind of mixes the bowl. That's the first thing, right?
Yes.
Because where you are in your life, that's going to create your standard. That's one. I mean, again, born here in the DMV, District, Maryland, Virginia, for you guys that are national. It's just what it is. It's just kind of like in Atlanta. It's going to be the ratio issue. It's going to be way more women than guys. I wouldn't want to be a female in that situation because it does lend to some of the things that you hear Dawn speaking to. Like you're just going to have guys that are willing to take a shot because they already know that, listen, like if I see it, let's whatever we can say a 10 is whatever somebody's perspective is, but that guy sees a 10, he feels emboldened to take the shot because he has nothing to lose. First of all, like that's just what it.
Yo, you are what you attract. Make sure y'all tap into the Patreon link is in the.
Yeah. Wait, what's the name of this? I might have to send this to AD or something. Alpha women aren't the problem. Let's just we gonna go over Kendra just for the fuck of it, right? We got a little break from Kendra. Hold on. What is it? Hold on. Alpha women aren't the problem. What is it gonna have? 50 views? I ain't knocking them. Maybe a little. Alpha women aren't problem. Oh, got 1,000 views. Oh my gosh.
It's a lot of
2 comments. Oh Lord.
average dudes out here.
Cancel culture, cancel culture, and I really feel like, you know, with us, it's up to us. If we want to cancel you, fine, but I don't like the external world coming in and telling us exactly who no longer belongs on that stage. I mean,
Oh man. It's fucking ridiculous. All right. I'm getting hungry. So let me do this. Oh gosh. Let's just do this. I'm about to get something to eat and then should I go over this? I don't know what I should do. Look, I'm about to go get something to eat. I'm gonna press play. I'll be right back.
So, whoop to the MABW team. I'm back with another video. let's get right into the clown show.
You've been here before.
Yes.
Do you have an update?
No, I don't have an update. I want to do it again.
Okay, well, what happened? What was the experience?
There's never no experience, Kendra Sleaze. There's never gonna be a good experience for the most part on your clown show. 1 out of every 5,000 people might get married. You said you've interviewed about 15,000 people, I believe it is, over the term of your career on YouTube, 5 years. I think there's been about 3 marriages. That means that out of every 5,000 people, there might be one couple that there may be one couple that gets married, possibly 2. I'll give you 2. What's those? Can any of y'all even calculate that percentage rate? If only 2 people get married out of every 5,000 that's on her clown show?
It wasn't no experience.
Exactly.
No one reached out to you?
Exactly.
Well, they reached out to me, but they wasn't right.
Here we go.
What was wrong with them?
Here we go.
What was wrong with them?
Yes.
It was a lot of older men. I know I'm my age, but
How old are you?
I'm 73.
Oh my God. It was a lot of older men. How old are you? I'm 73. Ma'am, you should be satisfied with a man that has his foot. You should be satisfied with a man that has 1 foot in the grave, literally. You have literally no room for demands. And I want to say something, okay? You deserve, you earned the spot to wear a wig. I'm just going to leave it at that. I don't know what's going on top of your head, but I will say that you earned the right to wear a busted lace front or a wig, okay? You put in your time, you put in work, you earned that spot to wear that wig. You can let that shit up top go. Let it go.
And you didn't want nobody around your age?
No.
Oh my God.
Because men around my age thinking I'm full of shit. Excuse the French. But they think I'm full of shit.
Wow.
Which I'm not.
Wow.
So what age range do you want to date, Carol?
50 to maybe 70.
Ma'am, knock it off. Knock it off. You meant to say 70 to 100? Ma'am, knock it the hell off. Ain't no man in his 50s or 60s touching you with a 10-foot pole, I promise you. They're not. This is how far gone this show is. It's literally a straight up clown show. It's straight in the dumps. This show is straight in the dumps. You got 73-year-old woman coming up here with potty mouths and demands. Like they got room for demands. Like they can request a certain type of man in a certain age demographic. Let's go, man.
Okay.
Get it?
Did any man between 50 and 70 reach out to you?
No.
Exactly. So why come out here and try? She about to make your clown show look real bad, Kendra Sleaze. Proof is in the pudding. Proof is in the freaking pudding. Kendra don't like... Yo, real talk. For the past week and a half, how many updates have you seen that haven't been prominent? They've been coming back up here for a second try. A second chance at it, per se. How many? Y'all have seen a few. A few. What should that tell you right there? That this show is in the freaking dumps.
So, Carol, if a man in that age group doesn't want to date you back, what you gonna do?
I can't do nothing.
So would you date the man that wants to date you around your age then?
No.
Wow.
Okay.
Because all they want to do is lay in the bed. And I'm very active.
Okay. Carol, where you calling me from again, honey?
Lancaster, California.
California, hold this fucking L. The whole state, by the way.
Okay, and what you do for a living, baby? Are you retired?
Yes, I am.
Do you have any kids?
I have 2.
How old are your 2 kids?
2 kids, 40 and 16.
Both by the same man?
You got a 16-year-old. You 70. Let me do the math on that. I think because you was on here before. I think you said something totally different last time. I think your brain is like dementia Kendra's. If you got a 16-year-old, hold on. You had your last child at 57? Nah, I don't believe that one. Nope.
Yo. I was listening a little bit while I was upstairs. Look, and this is what I wanted to touch on. And it's kind of like what the pink dress was touching on a little bit ago. Women get to a certain age and they feel like, yeah, I'm 45, yeah, I'm 55, I'm 65, but I'm still vibrant. I'm still young at heart. I still move around. I still travel. Cool. And they say the men my age, they just want to chill and this and that. Cool. It's time to fucking retire from dating and just go live your life. Travel, go hiking, do all that vibrant shit you talking about doing by your damn self because you aged out of dating. So you don't got to worry about the 50 to 90-year-old men who just want to chill and kick back after working hard for all these years or whatever. You don't got to worry about them. Just forget about men and go live your happy damn life, you vibrant woman. Just leave men alone. Men my age just want to lay up in the bed. Okay, cool. Don't worry about them then. Go live your exciting, fun life. If your life's so great, why the fuck are you on a YouTube show looking for a man? That's a little desperate. Just go have fun, mama. Just go have fun. Men aren't everything. You can go live a fulfilled life without a man. Go do that.
No.
Have you ever been married?
She said something different. I'm gonna try to find. She said something different before when she said her two kids' ages. It wasn't no 16-year-old in that equation. I promise you. I promise you, it wasn't.
Yes.
When did you get divorced?
Back in 92.
Okay. All right. So we got Carol, Lancaster, California. She's retired, mom of two kids by two men, was once married. We started off from the top early. No men her age. She's 73. Between the ages of 50 and 70 only. What kind of men are you looking for?
I'm looking for a good man.
That's
A
it.
good man to like to do what I like to do.
Okay.
It's still all about her. That's why these bitches single, man. They selfish. It's all about what they want to do and how they want life to go. It don't work that way. I wish I had my memes so I could play that fucking Mr. T. It don't work that way.
Okay, what you like to do, Carol?
I'm very active. I like to go to the beach. I like to do active things, you know.
Men can do that by them damn selves. Shit, some men, instead of getting with you, I ain't gonna hold you. They rather just go right in their damn wheelchair. Their motorized wheelchair. Like, I'll just hit the boardwalk. I ain't going on the beach with your ass. Yo, real talk. When you're 70, come on, you gotta know when to just hang it up sometimes. You had your run. Like, sometimes people gotta know when they had their run and just give it up. You had your run. You're here, it had its run. You're 73, you had your run. Hang it up, enjoy your grandkids, go to the beach by your damn self and watch a couple of sunsets and enjoy life. Enjoy life. You gotta know when you had a good run, man. That's for everybody out there. If you had your run, just know that you had a good run. Damn.
I like to travel.
Do that by myself.
What are your deal breakers?
My deal breakers, no liars, no cheaters.
Wow.
That's about it.
Wow.
Should he look a certain way?
No, not really. I don't want no ugly man.
No.
Oh my God. I'm not gonna disrespect my elders like that, but to the people out there, just a quick word of advice. Before you call somebody ugly, look in the mirror first, okay? That's all I'm gonna say. Before you throw stones at a glass house, just look in the mirror first.
We just gonna move on. Let's get into this stupid shit.
Oh, you back?
I'm back.
What, did you comb your hair? You did something.
I did. Wait, let me turn you off because you're in my background.
Okay, Angelica's back. Let's get Angelica.
Okay. Let me pause this. Okay. I'm ready.
Ready?
Yes.
What's your name, honey?
My name's Angelica.
Angelica, where are you calling me from?
I'm calling you from Bristol.
Kendra G Singles, the dating app, is available now on iPhones and Android phones.
Connecticut.
From Connecticut.
Yes, CT.
How old are you?
I am 33.
Okay, and what you do for a living?
I'm an MA.
What's the MA?
A medical assistant.
Okay, do you have any kids?
I do. I have 4.
How old are your 4 kids?
I have a 14-year-old. I'm so nervous. I'm turning red. I have a 14-year-old, a 12-year-old, 7, and a year and a half almost.
Okay. By how many men?
2. I was married for 10 years and then I just got out of another one.
You got married, you've been married twice or once?
Once.
You said you just got out of another what?
Relationship.
Okay. So why are you not with the 1.5-year-old dad?
He cheated on me.
I'm tired of this shit. I'm tired of this shit. Just let me finish chewing and I'm gonna cook. Just bear with me. Shout out to Kendra Face. Don't let the light skin and the innocent voice fool you. This another demon, y'all. Let's break this down. She was married for a decade and gave 3 kids to a dude. She left him for the Pookie she was talking to on the side, the tall, handsome Pookie she was talking to on the side, who she knew from the jump didn't want anything serious, but she thought maybe if I give him a baby, he'll commit to me, and she didn't. I highly doubt they were even in a relationship. It was a situationship. This is one of those things where she has to lie to make herself sound a little bit more legitimate. They were never in a relationship. This was the nigga she was cheating on her husband with. And she just accidentally got pregnant. And he fucked another bitch, but it wasn't cheating because they weren't in a committed relationship. Fuck. Like this isn't look, this isn't a bad looking woman. I mean, actually she's average. She just light skinned. She's average. If she was dark, she'd be a 4. But look, but she's how can I put this? She kind of cute, I guess. She ain't fucking with no average dudes. I doubt that her ex-husband was the average dude. And I doubt that the dude, well, the dude she was fucking on the side, damn sure wasn't an average dude. She ain't gonna break up her family off Joe Smo. He was one of them ones. The nigga she was cheating on her husband with, that she got pregnant with, was one of them ones. And honestly, you never know with these hoes. I wouldn't be surprised if she didn't get pregnant while she was still married by the side nigga. Let's just Let's just continue. He didn't cheat, though. I just want to clear that up.
Relationship.
Okay. So why are you not with the 1.5-year-old dad?
He cheated on me.
How'd you find out?
I went through his stuff and found out.
How'd you went through like his phone?
The Apple Watch.
Ooh, try that Apple Watch. Let me tell you something. I know a couple of men that
Yeah,
got caught up with the Apple Watch. Now,
getting in trouble.
if you going here's gonna be the advice for you men. If you gonna cheat, only have a walkie-talkie. Don't even
At
get
that point.
don't even get you a phone. Don't get you no GPS, because ain't nothing like having your Apple Watch attached to your car and you
Mm-hmm.
get in and it read your text messages out loud. Hey,
Yep.
baby, just thinking about you. And your
Accidentally.
woman sitting in the passenger seat trying to find out who the hell texting you saying, hey, baby, when that's the only person, I'm supposed to be the only person calling you,
Mm-hmm.
hey, baby.
You
So,
ain't lying.
so if you gonna cheat, fellas, get you a walkie-talkie. Talk. You just if you can't talk, if y'all can't communicate in a walkie-talkie, then just fuck it. Like you gonna get caught. I'm telling you right now.
It is
But
like
I'm
that.
sorry you went through that on a serious note.
It's okay. You know,
Okay.
life
So
experience.
you moved on. Now that
Yeah.
one is how many kids do you have by the 1.5-year-old dad?
Just one.
Just one, the last kid. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So, and what's your zodiac sign?
I'm a Sagittarius.
Sagittarius. Angelica, Bristol, Connecticut, 33, Sagittarius.
You really just don't know what to believe. She might not have even been married. I wonder how many women lie about being married on this show. It's a really easy thing to lie about. I mean, it's not like people, I mean, most people aren't going to try to go look up your marriage record or even if that's public. Like, yeah, Kendra G know a thing or two about being cheated on. All these Tyrone tacklers and Pookie pickers know about being cheated on. Like, don't see the point in cheating. Well, like I said, he didn't cheat. But my thing is, if you a dude who pull bitches like that, why not just keep it real? Like, look, I ain't committing to nobody. I get around, and it is what it is. Fuck with me or don't fuck with me. These bitches still gonna fuck with you because they rather get treated like shit by a top 10%er than be the queen of a bottom 90%er. You know? So it ain't like they gonna stop fucking with Pookie and Ray Ray and Chad and Tyrone. I wish more of them niggas just kept it real with a bitch. No, you ain't the only one. You never gonna be the only one.
Yeah.
Medical assistant, mom of 4 kids by 2 men, was married. Was you married to the 1.5-year-old dad or the other
No.
kids?
Yeah, the other one.
Okay. And why'd you get divorced?
I got married really, really young. I was like 19 when I got married. So
That's not a reason to get divorced, dingbat. AKA, I wanted to suck some more dicks and get fucked by some more bad boys.
Is by 2 men, was married. Was you married to the 1.5-year-old dad or the other
no.
kids?
Yeah, the other one.
Okay. And why'd you get divorced?
I got married really, really young. I was like 19 when I got married. So I had a lot of growing to do. And I realized that I was just with him so I can just have one kid have multiple kids with one person. And I realized I wasn't happy doing that. So I made sure to like have all of them. But then I got into another relationship and he was supposed to be a great dad and it whatever.
Wow. Wow. What was that explanation? I got married so I can have all my kids with one man to get divorced and get impregnated by a Pookie that essentially never committed to me and it didn't work out with. Wow. I broke up a family of 5 so I can get baby mamaed by a Pookie. What do I always tell you? Black women are gonna find a way to be dysfunctional no matter what. Even if they do the right thing to begin with. Even if they get married young and have all their kids in wedlock, they're gonna find a way to be an illegitimate baby mama. One way or another, they're going to find their way back to that path. That's why I say do not date BWs under any circumstances in America.
Like have all of them, but then I got into another relationship and he was supposed to be a great dad and it whatever.
Okay. So have your head cut off.
Oh, sorry.
Girl, so they gonna say this. I'm gonna let you respond to it. You done left your husband that you had 3 kids with to go meet another man who in so many words cheated on you. And do you feel like the second guy? Well, let me ask you this: do you regret leaving your marriage, or do you still think that was a wise decision?
Best decision I ever made.
Okay, okay. So you don't. Okay, fair enough.
Was it the best decision you ever made for your kids? Let me ask you that again. But was it the best decision ever made for your kids, bitch? You wasn't thinking about that because it's all about your happiness, right? Fucking piece of shit.
Or do you still think that was a wise decision?
Best decision I ever made.
Okay, okay. So you don't. Okay, fair enough. All right. Don't have your head cut off.
Sorry.
And what kind of man you looking for?
Yeah, of course you got to say that. Of course you're going to say best decision I ever made just to save face. Of course. She's not going to give her ex-husband that satisfaction. We could tell by the results you're having it's not the best decision you ever made. Baby mama by Pookie and then sent back to the dating market, and now you on this ghetto ass YouTube dating show. It was not the best decision you ever made, and everybody knows it. Nice try though. Yeah, actually, I gotta get this on record. It was the worst decision you could have possibly made ever. Easily, it was easy. It was easily the worst decision you ever made for yourself, and the worst decision you're probably well, not probably. It was the worst decision you ever made for yourself, and it's the worst decision you made for your kids. You are not getting married again. Flat the fuck out. I'm calling it. It's all downhill from here. Just a bunch of fucking flings and situationships from here, Toots. What an idiot.
Your marriage, or do you still think that was a wise decision?
Best decision I ever made.
Okay, okay. So you don't. Okay, fair enough. All right. Don't have your head cut off.
Sorry.
And what kind of man you looking for?
It's tough to say because they come in so many shapes and sizes. I'm not necessarily looking for a certain type of man. I'm just looking for someone who sees me for me, and can like pretty much just handle the situation that that I come with, I suppose.
Okay. Don't forget. Don't have your head cut off.
Sorry.
All right.
Okay.
What are your deal breakers?
Definitely cheaters, obviously. I don't want to say liars because I feel like everyone lies in some way, shape, or form, some capacity. Everyone lies. So everyone should know no one wants a liar. But I think anger issues is definitely a deal breaker. Like learn how to control your own issues. I have come from growth. I've learned how to grow in my past. So come healed in some sense. We could work on some things together because I feel like every new relationship comes with its own demons and stuff. But yeah, just come correct. And not like being lazy. I don't like a lazy man. No, thank you.
Okay.
Like,
don't be lazy. Could he have kids?
Yeah, he can have kids.
Do you want more kids?
I know. I'm all set.
Okay, she's all set. So come with BYOB. Bring your own baby.
Bring your own.
All right. Should he look a certain way?
Clean, very clean. Put together. In a sense of when you step out, you look apart. If you're at home, you're chilling like how I am right now. Be comfortable. And be happy with who you are and what you are. I don't want anyone's change. I'm not going to change. I think I'm not stuck in my ways, but I'm stuck in my way of how I am already. So be open and ready to communicate with what you want and what you see going forward, don't just like leave me hanging.
Should he make a certain amount of money?
Not necessarily. Be able to take care of yourself and me, because eventually I want to be able to open my own business. So if you can't provide for yourself alone, then being able to provide for both of us is not going to be ideal, because I want to be able to branch off and do this by have my own little thing, but not struggle in a sense.
Wait, so you want him to be able to provide for you and your children?
Um, in a sense, technically, because we're all gonna be in one household. I want him to be able.
Wow. So she broke up her family, got pookied, and now she's looking for another provider to make up for the mistake she made of divorcing her husband. Because she still need a provider. She still need the security and provision of a man. But she already had it. But Pookie dick was just too appealing. So she jeopardized her future. She jeopardized her financial future. Or actually, she threw away her financial future to get Pookie dick. And now she's on Kendra G with 3 kids in a marriage and 1 by Pookie, looking for another provider simp male to come clean up her mess again. Wow. Can't make this stuff up, people. You just can't. Like, and she's on this show, with a straight face asking for this shit. This is how little respect these women have for men. She knows how ridiculous of a ask this is. She knows how ridiculous this all is. She knows. But she got to play stupid so she could try to get another simp.
Um, in a sense, technically, because we're all gonna be in one household. I want him to be able to provide for his own children too. So I could provide for mine, but eventually we're gonna have to put our incomes together. So be able to make the same amount as I do or more, not less, not minimum wage, pretty much.
Okay, that's what I was trying to get to.
Yeah.
So you're willing to do 50-50?
For the most part, yeah. Unless we're married. If we're not married, then there won't be. I mean, if we're married, we're not doing 50-50. There we go.
So what would be the dynamics? What would be the dynamics when you get married?
When we get married, I would take care of like household things like toiletries.
So you bring in 5 people into my life and you're only going to cover toilet paper? She knows it's ridiculous. I don't believe she's this stupid. She's stupid, but I don't believe she this stupid. She know this is absurd. She knows it. Oh my gosh. I'll pay for the toilet paper. I'm bringing 5 mouths to feed, but I'll pay for some toilet paper. Look, I promise you, she wouldn't pitch this deal to the type of man she fucked and got baby mamaed by. She wouldn't pitch this deal to a man she really respects. This is a pitch to the weak simps. The type of man who can get a bitch to leave her husband just for the opportunity to get fucked by him. She would never present this deal to that man. She got too much respect for those type of men. The type of men who don't give a fuck if she lives or dies.
When we get married, I would take care of like household things like toiletries, the groceries, stuff like that. But as far as like bills, I feel like I shouldn't say a man should take care of, but I do feel like a man should be paying majority of like the house that we live under should be his household.
Okay, so let's just do some math real quick. Okay, because
Mm-hmm.
you have a 14-year-old, a 12-year-old, a 7-year-old, and a 1.5-year-old, right? So let's just say you get married, and
Mm-hmm.
this man, let's just say he has 2 kids.
Okay.
Okay, so that would be 6 kids plus you, because that would be 7. So you're saying this man has to make enough income if you get married to take care of 7 people, well, really 8, including himself.
I mean, technically, yeah, because you know what you are getting when you meet me. If I come with all of the kids and I am already taking care of them by myself anyways, so I mean, if I could take care of them on the income that I'm on, then
That you should
Just rewind that a little bit back. Let's be clear. Women feel entitled to a man's money and protection. They just feel entitled to it. And don't let them think they're cute. That's really going to boost up the entitlement. They just feel entitled. They don't feel like they have to come to the table with a good deal. I'm a woman and I'm here. So pay for me and protect me. That's their mentality. And like I said, don't let them be cute. I'm cute, light-skinned woman sitting here. So give me the world and take care of my 4 kids.
have 7 people, well, really 8, including himself.
I mean, technically, yeah, because you know what you are getting when you meet me. If I come with all of the kids and I am already taking care of them by myself anyways, so I mean, if I could take care of them on the income that I'm on, then
That you should continue to take care of them on the income that you're on. And when you and and you will be a blessed woman if you find a man that will be willing to be a partner with you. Because I just gotta say, even when I presented it to you, you stopped to take a breath. But does that even sound fair? Like, it doesn't even sound fair, the request that you're asking. You're
I mean,
literally just you're saying this man has to make enough money to take care of 8 people because that's what a man should do. You'll buy groceries, you'll buy toiletries. No, you come with 4 kids. And if he has 2, we're doing hypotheticals. This is hypothetical.
right.
But let's take out his 2 kids. You come
Okay.
with 4 kids, and then that's 5. So you're saying if I marry you, yes, I'm not ever paying the mortgage. Like, I think ladies start thinking of this in a math equation. Like,
They don't give a fuck about math. They don't. They just care about their entitlement. Give me what I want because I'm a woman. Fuck math. That's girl math for you. You're a man, so make my life easier and protect me, bitch. Girl math.
5. So you're saying if I marry you, yes, I'm not ever paying the mortgage. Like, I think ladies start thinking of this in a math equation. Like, that's
I mean,
kind of
yeah,
crazy.
realistically, yeah, I get it. I just feel like if the bills are being paid 50-50, then the household is and everything's being split 50-50 as well. If I'm working
But
and
no,
I've
no,
got to
but you said, I asked you about that. You said if you
uh
get married, you're not doing 50-50.
oh no, I thought you meant money wise. I didn't think you meant like life, like
I
home
did mean
wise.
money wise. And you said if you get, are you reach, well, I did mean money wise. And you said if you get married, you don't believe in 50-50.
I didn't say I'm not that I don't believe in it. I just feel like there should be a common ground. It's your home. Like we're, for example, we go and we buy a
Girl,
house
you know
together.
this
Like
is a
right now.
recording. I can rewind the tape right
Yes,
now.
you can
Let
rewind
me
it.
let me see if I can rewind the tape, do a live instant replay. Let me see
Okay.
if I can rewind the tape live on what you said. Because I thought you said if you get married, you're not going to do 50-50 because the expectation is him as your husband. I
Yes.
could have heard it
I thought
wrong.
you meant like 50. So you don't mean house wise. You're talking about money wise,
I'm
50
talking
50.
about money wise.
Okay. I don't necessarily, I don't mind. I feel like 50-50 is okay. It's fine in a sense of, like if you want me to make certain decisions, like for an example, if I get into another relationship and we decide to tie the knot and we are moving forward with our relationship, my kids are not only going to be in the picture for so I shouldn't say that, that sounds so wrong, but my oldest is almost in high school, I mean almost in college and so on and so forth. So in that series, our household will be shrinking in some sense.
Listen, I'm a girl in my 40s, and
Yes,
if I need money from my daddy, he still give it to me in my 40s. I think
I love that
everybody
for
knows
you.
if you got kids for a lifetime. Those bills, if you're
Hope you ain't asking for money from your daddy. You so rich, Kendra. You pay $80,000 a month in bills. You better not be asking your daddy for no money. But we know how women do. They'll put a lifestyle on the credit card while making $1 million a year and asking their dad to make $50,000 a year to get them out of a jam.
Shrinking in some sense.
Listen, I'm a girl in my 40s, and
Yes.
if I need money from my daddy, he still give it to me in my 40s. I think
I love that
everybody
for
knows
you.
if you got kids for a lifetime. Those bills, if your kids, and if you marry a man, I think you want him to accept that, right? Like I don't
Absolutely.
think you want a man thinking that once this kid turn 18, we ain't never gonna see them again. That's not
No.
kind of really how life happens, nor do you want a man that way. I
Right.
think this money conversation, I don't know why. I don't usually deep dive in it, but I think it's worthy of deep diving in it because I think what a lot of women don't know is there's a lot of partnership income relationships, right? It's actually more common than not. And it's not a bad thing. Like, I don't think it's a bad thing, especially when you come with a lot of expenses. Like, you come with 4 kids. So I
Right.
just think that to not saying it's impossible because you might hit the lottery, girl. You might meet a rich man who got a
Fingers
big ass
crossed.
house, who got enough room for all you and your kids, and and you can live happily ever after. Like, again, I'm not God, so I'm not gonna say it can't happen, but
Yes.
but
In
it
real
probably
in real
won't.
life.
It probably yeah, but it probably won't. So if you're already fending for you and your kids, and you meet a man who's gonna willing to love on your kids, but you might have to still add some money to the mortgage, that's
Right.
not a bad thing.
No,
That's
it's
all
not.
I'm saying. That's not a bad thing. And I think that
Yeah.
that's why I put it in the math equation because I think sometimes women just see. Let me tell you the reason why. Because I make money, okay, and that's why I think with money because when you make money, you think about your money, and it turns you off when people feel entitled to your money. I'm a
Mm-hmm.
woman and I work. Nothing has been given to me ever in life. Everything I have is because I work for it. And nothing turns me off more when a person feels as though they're entitled
Entirely.
to my hard income and my money because of whatever reason.
Right.
Nothing turns me off faster. So I think I could always understand the mindset of a man in that category as a woman who has made her own money, right? So I think that you're a pretty woman. I can tell you done got it together. And this is like you just natural right here, right? So I don't know. This money conversation on the internet has
It's always
really, I
tough.
think, affected a lot of relationships. But I think if we thought about it like in a partnership way, you would see what you're really saying.
Yeah, it's definitely tough. It's a tough conversation because you're in front of a million different people who have a million different opinions, and it's easier to just say something and just go through with the question. It's a lot harder to like when you sit back and think about it, it makes it a lot easier. But I'm nervous
And
still.
last
So.
thing, and last thing I want to add, and then we will move on because I feel like
Hmm.
we're having a teachable moment right here. And then all the women that a lot of women are looking up to, and they feel like she got a soft life and she's getting all her bills paid for. Let me tell you something, honey. Ain't nothing for free. Okay?
Hmm.
If she ain't paying with it with finances, she's paying with it with her integrity.
Right.
She's paying with it with her spirituality, well being, because she's probably potentially tolerating something that that's why the money is covering it up. And
Mm.
Cassie is the biggest example of this. All the people that used to want to be Cassie's life, oh, she's with this billionaire man. She's flying first class. She don't got to pay no bills. She gets to have dinner with Jay-Z and Beyonce. You ain't know she was paying for that by some man peeing in her mouth. So the man
Hmm.
that was paying for it could be in enjoyment. So this is why y'all got to stop desiring other people's situations because you don't even know what people are going through to have the lifestyle that you claiming you want so desperately so. If you are a human being and you can fend for yourself, you are.
These women don't care about none of this logic. They want what they want. They want their Instagram lifestyle, but she don't even probably want an Instagram lifestyle. She just needs some money to help with all these damn kids. I don't think she tripping about driving in the Benz. She just need basic necessity money. Yeah, I mean, Kendra trying. She's trying, but this is going in one ear and out the other. 100%. Hold on. Hold on. Hold on. Shout out to John. He donated $10. He said, "The money I'm spending on another man's child is money I can't grow. That's opportunity cost. Facts." Everybody, shout out John for $10.
You are a blessed somebody. You are a
Hmm.
blessed somebody. There's this saying of I'd rather cry in the Rolls Royce than in a Honda. How about the prayer should be if I really want a Rolls Royce, I make enough money to buy it, so I don't gotta cry in that either.
That's true. That's the fact.
And I'm
That's
tired
the
of preaching
fact.
today. I know it's Sunday. Maybe that's why we're here. All right, let's do the Kendrick Cam.
Okay. Gosh, I have a thingy up, but
That's about the Honda. People get so mad. Okay, we see you, girl. We see you. This is Angelica.
yes.
Yes, okay. Angelica, when
My
was your
daughter's
last?
perioding me.
You said what?
My daughter's saying period.
Woo, period. When was your last relationship?
Just a couple months ago.
Okay. You don't have to answer, but I'm gonna ask. When's the last time you was intimate with someone?
Couple months ago.
Okay. 3 flaws you have to work on.
Um, my overthinking. I have to think. I have to work on that. It gets me in a lot of trouble. Um, being more patient and like more proactive about life. And I need to experience myself as well. I don't feel like I've experienced the world enough. I've always been mom mode 24/7. So I'd like to just be who I am. And I feel like right now that can be a flaw because I don't know who I am. Like I know a parts of me, but I need to know more about myself.
And do that while you're single. Because I
Yeah.
think a lot of women miss their single season because it's actually single season is the blessing. That's when you
Hmm.
get to find out who you really are. That's when you get to learn that literally at the end of the day, all you really need is yourself. But you got to learn yourself more and not let the internet tell you what you need to become. Know who you are. So don't miss out on this.
I have a thingy up, but
That's about the Honda. People
I mean, yeah, it's a mom bod. I'm not roasting her, but it's all just a bad deal. It's all just a bad deal. 4 kids and a mom bod. So you got to buy whatever a 5 bedroom house. Well, shit, a 7 bedroom house to get a mom bod and a woman with such poor character that she broke up her family of 5 to get pookied. No, if I was gonna buy a house of 7 for a baby mama, it wouldn't be a baby mama that did that. If anything, it'd be a baby mama that had. If anything, it would be a baby mama that husband died, or it would be a woman who had 4 kids but her husband died. Not a woman who broke up her family of 5 to get pookie.
get so mad. Okay, we see you, girl. We see you. This is Angelica.
yes.
Yes, okay. Angelica, when
My
was your
daughter's
last?
perioding me.
You said what?
My daughter's saying period.
Woo,
Right. My daughter's saying period. She's seeing all this and hearing all this. This is sick. This is just never mind.
period. When was your last relationship?
Just a couple months ago.
Okay. You don't have to answer, but I'm gonna ask. When's the last time you was intimate with someone?
Couple months ago.
Okay. 3 flaws you have to work on.
Um, my overthinking. I have to think. I have to work on that. It gets me in a lot of trouble. Um, being more patient and like more proactive about life. And I need to experience myself as well. I don't feel like I've experienced the world enough. I've always been mom.
Yeah, you're still gonna be mommy. See, she is all about herself. She doesn't really give a fuck about her kids like that. I'm sure she love them, but she don't care about their best interests. She care about her living her life to her fullest more than she care about what's in the best interest of her children. I'm not gonna say she don't love him, but she love herself more for sure.
And like more proactive about life. And I need to experience myself as well. I don't feel like I've experienced the world enough. I've always been mom mode 24/7. So I'd like to just be who I am. And I feel like right now that can be a flaw because I don't know who I am. Like I know a parts of me, but I need to know more about myself.
And do that while you're single. Because I
Yeah.
think a lot of women miss their
No, your identity is the wife and mother of that man you divorced. That was your identity. You should have found your identity on top of those two identities because those were supposed to be your two main identities. Wow, this is sad. I'm not saying that had to be your only identity, but those would be the two biggest parts if you're a decent human being, but you're not. So go out there and find yourself and get on a spiritual journey, which is just going to rack up a big body count. But okay. And just all those bodies are just going to make you more mentally ill and lost and confused about who you are.
More about myself.
and do that while you're single. Because I
Yeah.
think a lot of women miss their single season because it's actually single season is the blessing. That's when you
Mhm.
get to find out who you really are. That's when you get to learn that literally at the end of the day, all you really need is yourself. But you got to learn yourself more and not let the internet tell you what you need to become. Know who
Why should you listen to Kendra? Or why should you listen to Kendra? Her results are horrible. Absolutely horrible. The last person you should be listening to. Never take advice from someone about something that they're not winning at.
learn that literally at the end of the day, all you really need is yourself. But you got to learn yourself more and not let the internet tell you what you need to become. Know who you are. So don't miss out on this moment in life where it's just you and your kids, where you get to know yourself better.
Yes, I'm taking that opportunity, especially like right now. I like to get on here because I've been watching you for years, and every time I say, you know what, one day I'm just gonna gain some confidence. I'm just gonna get on there one day, and this was a pop-up show, and I was like, all right, I'm just gonna go do it.
Yeah, I love it. I love it. I think we had a lot of teachable moments in your conversation. So I really love your conversation or the conversation I had with you. Because I feel like sometimes it gets challenging because it's the person on the screen, but everything I said to you, that applies to a lot of people that call me.
I
Like I
agree.
think that like this message wasn't solely for you. This message, excuse me, a lot of things that I said applies to a lot of viewers. So hopefully it caused some enlightenment in some ways. But we're almost done. Okay. Why would a guy be lucky to be with you?
I feel like a guy would be lucky to be me. A lot of them say that. It's because I can match personalities. I can be a great ear and conversation. A lot of guys don't get that opportunity to.
I don't even want to hear it. What can you do that another chick who don't got 4 kids by 2 different men can do? That should have been the question.
I can be a great ear and conversation. A lot of guys don't get that opportunity to, and just in general, a lot of guys don't get the opportunity to just be able to be themselves because they have to be in the man role all the time. And I feel like being with me is not only like you're gaining a friend, someone who you can just be.
Shit, I'm gaining fucking 6 friends, 5 friends. The fuck? I'm not just gaining one friend. Can you imagine? Like, how can you have a peace of mind coming home from work with 5 kids and a nagging bitch, 4 kids and a nagging chick? Yeah, I don't know who's signing up for this. No man with a job is signing up for this. I'll just say that. No man with a job, yeah, is signing up for this, and no man who don't have a attraction to young ones is signing up for this.
Being with me is not only like you're gaining a friend, someone who you can just be like you can talk to and have a confident in as well, and a travel partner. Just we can go out, have fun, chill.
A travel partner with 4 kids? Who's watching the 4 kids while we doing all this traveling? And once again, why would a man of value travel with you, a blowed out baby mama of 4, when he can go get something at the destination? She can't make it make sense.
You can just be like, you can talk to and have a confident in as well. And a travel partner. Just we can go out, have fun, chill, and I'm also gonna get things done. You don't have to worry about if your light's gonna get cut off, if you got dinner at home today, not tomorrow. You just don't know. But you'll be all right.
Okay, I love it. All right, we got Angelica. Oh, should he be in Connecticut?
No.
All right, that's enough of that. All right, thanks, guys. Thanks for all the donations. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Have a great night. Remember, be nice to people because God's watching. I'm out.